Hello and welcome once again. My name is Darren and I'm playing Arkham Horror the Living card game in Latke. I do want to start off by first apologizing once again for the lateness and how long it has taken me to start or continue this playthrough. I thought there was something up with one of the cards in the set. I emailed the person, they got back to me, and I've just been a little busy since then. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and move forward. I was also kind of waiting for Phantom of Truth to implement within the system, which hasn't happened yet, because I needed to replace Peter Silvestre, and I was going to replace him with Madame Lebranche. But since that hasn't been implemented yet, I've decided I've put in Dig Deep. Just as a placeholder for that, it's gonna be Madame Lebranche, and I know it's the same cost, 2 cost, and I know her ability is she's got a free action that you can exhaust her and draw a card if you have no cards, or you can exhaust her and gain a resource if you have no resources, and she has 2 health and 2 sanity, so I'm just gonna play that card as her if need be. I do still have 2 XP worth of upgrade that I can do. I'm probably going to just hold on to my XP for the next scenario. I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air about maybe playing Rougarou or Carnival in between scenarios. And if I do that, it will be between Undimensioned and Unseen and Where Doom Awaits. So if I do that, it'll be between those 2 scenarios, or so next time I play. And if I do, what I'm going to do is I'll probably proxy in something for that new Guardian card. You'll have to forgive me that I can't think of it. It was already announced in the Fantasy Flight article. I can't remember what it does, how it exactly works, but it's got 3 icons. You commit it to it's a skill card, and if you succeed, you get to ready an asset you control, and you can heal 1 horror and 1 damage from it, and that's got Duke's name written all over it. So I'm probably going to pitch out something, because I think I'm currently running 4 out of action cards. So I'll probably pitch like maybe a magnifying glass, or probably not a vicious blow, probably a magnifying glass, and just replace that with one of those with that, and then one of the desperate cards, most likely, is what I'm going to do. As far as XP that I've spent thus far, I do have a Charisma and a Scrapper, and I believe that's actually all to this point. We are currently playing on Undimensioned and Unseen on standard difficulty. The skull is a -1 for each brood of Yog-Sothoth in play. The cultist is reveal another token. If you fail this test, you take a horror. And the tablet is a 0. You must either remove all clue tokens from a brood of Yog-Sothoth in play, or this token's modifier is a -4 instead. Because I did have 4 or more people kidnapped because of Peter Silvestre, it would have been 3, but Peter Silvestre made it 4. I do not start with any brood of Yog-Sothoth in play, and there are 2 set aside. I do have a physical trauma from the last scenario as well, because I did fail that as a note. And something seems to be up with the locations in this particular scenario, so I may have to do them manually, but that's fine. I can work with that. So let's get started. Agenda 1A, Rampaging Creatures. Reports of terrifying entities wreaking havoc across the countryside have caused the citizens of Dunwich to panic. Worse, the creatures seem to be invisible to the naked eye. Forced at the end of the enemy phase, move each brood of Yog-Sothoth enemy once toward a random location. I have the non-chosen locations in my second encounter, and once a brood comes out, this is how they'll come out, as a random one of these, and then as they move, I'll just do another random one. Act 1A. that script. The monsters tearing through Dunwich country are immune to traditional weapons. Only by reciting a particular incantation can the creatures be defeated. First, you must search the ruins of Wilbur Whatley's home in order to find the final sections of the otherworldly script. Objective. Only investigators at Whatley Ruins may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. One other note, I keep thinking of things I mean to mention. Paranoia was the additional madness weakness that I added to my deck. I already had a drawing the sign, so this was the additional madness weakness that I had to add to my deck per the setup instructions. We start off at Dunwich Village. It is a 3-shroud location with 1 clue. It has the action Resign. You hide from the creatures. It has a free action. You can borrow some hounds to track creatures by scent. An investigator in Dunwich Village may place one of his or her clues on any abomination enemy in play. Group limit once per game. My starting hand, I start with a fight or flight, paranoia, which I'll get rid of in a moment. Perception, a magnifying glass, and a say your prayers. So again, when you mulligan, if you draw a weakness, you discard it and draw back up, and that's before doing your mulligan. So looks like I kind of dig having these perceptions. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to discard a fight or flight. I'm going to hold on to the magnifying glass because that's going to help as well, and I'll discard the say your prayers. And I'll just draw 2 more cards, and I drew a desperate search and a run for your life. I will pull these. I didn't want to run that new Guardian card yet because today's Wednesday the 24th, I guess, and the pack officially comes out tomorrow. I may also try and do something different tomorrow and do my reactions to the cards. I'm going to be honest, I did peek at a spoiler, but I didn't want to spoil them here, so I may just do that tomorrow, do a quick little here's my thoughts on the cards tomorrow. I've never really done that, but I have an opinion, and I like it, so I'm going to probably do that tomorrow. Alright, so let's get started with our very first investigator phase. So we'll play the magnifying glass, which doesn't cost an action. Alright. Now we have 3 actions, so I'm going to go ahead and investigate Dunwich Village. Let's see, so I've got a 2, 3. I think I'm going to just do this using Ashcan's intellect. So I've got a 2, 3, and I'll discard perception. So that's a 5 to 3. Chaos Bag is a skull. That is a -1 for each root of Yogg-Sothoth in play, which is actually a 0. So that's fine. I will grab that clue. Now draw a card. I'm going to tell on myself here real quick. I watched today, it's actually been out for a little while, I found it on Reddit. Somebody else was playing in Lackey, and they were playing Carnival of Horrors, and they were so fast. I was like, I know I talk a lot, which has something to do with that, but they were really fast. But anyway, so first action was investigate the Dunwich Village. I'm going to go ahead and use the ability on Duke to exhaust Duke to investigate, and I'm going to move to the 10-acre meadow. I can move there. It is the green symbol and the green diamond symbol, and I have the green diamond available for Dunwich Village. So I'll go ahead and move there and investigate. So I get to investigate and move there. So we're going to go ahead and flip this, and then it gets 3 clues. 10-acre meadow is a 2-shroud location with 3 clues. It has the free action, you set a bait using a live animal. Each investigator in 10-acre meadow may place one of his or her clues on an abomination enemy in 10-acre meadow. Group limit once per game. I'll complete that investigation. So this is a 4-5. 5 to 2. I'm going to just leave it at that. Chaos Bag. That's a -1. That's a pass. And I'm going to go ahead and use Ashcan's ability to discard a Reckless Assault to ready Duke. And I'm going to use Duke's ability again to investigate and move to Watley Ruins. Watley Ruins is a 3-shroud location with 2 clues per investigator. Each investigator in Watley Ruins gets a -1 willpower. It has the free action you hurl a nearby canister of paint at the monster. An investigator in Watley Ruins may place up to 3 of his or her clues on an abomination enemy in Watley Ruins. Group limit once per game. That is actually pretty nice. I am kind of hoping that one appears there. And it got 2 clues per investigator. Not sure if I said that. So I'll complete this investigation, which is a 4/5. I think I'm going to go ahead and pitch a perception to that. So that's 7-3 Chaos Bag. That's the Elder Sign. That readies Duke. And we get that clue. And we draw a card. That's a Vicious Blow. That's not going to do us too much, but I mean, enemies are going to eventually start coming. So we investigated, we moved, investigated, we moved, investigated. Now I have enough clues. I have the 2 clues per investigator. So before I leave the investigator phase, I could spend those 2 clues because I'm in Watley Ruins and I'll have one. Just thinking. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend those 2 clues to flip into the next agenda. Check the campaign log if Dr. Armitage survived. He did. There, Armitage sighs a breath of relief, jotting down the last phrases of the formula. I have translated the last of it. He shudders as he hands you the script, the words conjuring forth memories of his battle with the creature. I hope this is the last time I'll have to read it, he admits. But if we do nothing, the end result will be much, much worse. Each investigator puts into play 1 set-aside esoteric formula. So let's go ahead and go to the aside. We'll pull out an esoteric formula. That comes into play, and we go to Act 2. Act 2A. They must be destroyed. With the formula in hand, you finally have the means to destroy the creatures, wreaking havoc in Dunwich, but only if you can survive long enough. Objective: defeat as many Brood of Yogg-Sothoth enemies as you can. If there are no copies of Brood of Yogg-Sothoth in play or set aside, advance. So there are set aside ones. I know there's none in play currently, but there are set aside ones. That's the investigator phase. Enemy phase, there are currently no enemies on the board. Upkeep phase, we'll draw a card and gain a resource. That is Dr. Henry Armitage. Alright, we will come to the Mythos phase. In the Mythos phase, we will add a Doom to the agenda, and we'll draw an encounter card, which is a Whippoorwills. Okay. Then we come back to the Investigator phase. Okay, so the Whippoorwills, is that going to slow us down very much? Here's the problem, is I actually kind of need to get things going. I don't really have a lot to do here. let's deal with these whippoorwills, with the whippoorwills. So we're going to use an action to engage them. Then we're going to use the action on Duke to fight them. So this is a 3-2, and I'm going to go ahead and use Scrapper. So it is I've used it twice, so it's a 3, 4, 5 to 2. Gas bag. That's the auto fail. We'll do it again. Our course is a 3, so we'll just put 1. We're going to just put 1 into this. I will discard a fighter, run for your life, to ready Duke and redo that again. So that's a 3, 4 to 2, because I did pump Scrapper once. 4 to 2, Chaos Bag. That's the +1. That gets rid of that. So that's my 3 actions. 1 to engage him, and then I had to fight him twice. So enemy phase, there are currently no enemies in play. Upkeep phase, I will draw a card, and I will gain a resource. So that's my Madame Lebranche. If there are any questions about what she does, let me know. She's just not implemented yet, so I can't officially have her out. Alright. Mythos phase, we'll add a Doom to the agenda, and we'll draw an encounter card. Rotting Remains, test willpower of 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. So this is currently a 3 because of the Watley Ruins. Is a 3 to 3. You know what? I don't know what her... I do not know what her... It's a book. Wasn't sure what her icon was. So I kind of did not want to toss Armitage to this. What is this? Horror. I kind of want some horror because it does turn on the ability to use this desperate card. So I'm actually going to just take this 3 to 3 Chaos Bag. If I'd had a Guts, I maybe would have done that, but that's a Skull. That's a -1 for each Brood of Yogg-Sothoth in play. There are currently 0, so that's a 0. So 3 to 3, I actually pass that. Goes there. That goes there, and we come back to the Investigator phase. All right, so I think. You know what, while I have her up on my screen, I'm going to just double check, make sure I told you right about her cost and stuff. Yeah, she's right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pay for Madame Lebranche. Then I will guess I'll just investigate here. So let's see, I'm 2, 3. I don't really want to use Duke for this investigation. Just kinda 3. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Duke. So this is a 4, 5, 5 to 3. Chaos Bag. That's a -0. So take a clue. add a clue. Up to 3. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pitch a desperate surge to Ready Duke. So first action was to play the Madame Lebranche. Second action was to investigate. I'm using Ashcan Pete's ability to Ready Duke. I'm going to go ahead and use Duke's ability to move and investigate. So I'm going to move back to 10 Acre Meadow, which I can do from there, and investigate there at a 4-5, 5-2. Guess bag. That's the auto fail. So that's my 3 actions. I played Madame Lebranche, I investigated, and I moved investigated. Enemy phase, there are currently no enemies. Upkeep phase, we'll draw a card and gain a resource. Mythos phase, we'll add a Doom to the agenda. Boy, this is one of those times I almost wish I could add Doom to stuff just so I could get the agenda to pop off. Add a Doom to the agenda and counter card. Attracting attention, that has Surge, Revelation. Each Rod's Brood of Yogg-Sothoth enemy in play moves once towards you. There are currently none, so that just gains Surge. Counter. The creature's tracks, that is a terror. It has Peril, Revelation. You must either choose one, take 2 horror, or spawn a set-aside Brood of Yogg-Sothoth at a random location. I'm actually gonna go ahead and spawn the Brood. So we will put this back in we'll put this in the encounter discard. I'm gonna get my Brood ready. We'll just put him here. Alright, second encounter card is what we're calling this. We're gonna just click that. That is the Watley Ruins. That's where that appears. So I'll just put this here. So the Brood of Yogg-Sothoth is a enemy with 6 combat. It has 1 health and 3 agility. It has Monster and Abomination. It is massive. It gets +1 health per investigator and cannot be damaged or attacked except by the ability on the esoteric formula. So it is a 2 health enemy. The esoteric formula says, let me get back to my hand here real quick. The esoteric formula says, fight. This attack uses willpower instead of fist. You get +2 willpower for this attack for each clue on the attacked enemy. Uses this ability only on an Abomination enemy. So that was my Mythos phase. We come back to the Investigator phase. So that actually kind of worked out for me. I would have liked to have had 3 clues though, since I can place up to 3. So let me think about this. If I investigate and get a clue, then move, then use the free action on this. Problem is, let's see if this gets 2. So for each clue, so on the attacked enemy. So if I were to do it now, he's going to get, if I moved right now and use this ability to put 2 clues on him, I would, using the fight on this, I'd be at a +4, so I'd be at a 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 to 6, and I could potentially, boy howdy, those guys are strong. I'm just thinking he's gonna get an attack on me this round if I try and get a clue first, because clue, move, clue, move. Use this, or use this ability, which is free. 3 clues on him, fight him, and that would be a 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 6. I like those odds a lot better. Then he's going to attack and move. And I guess where he moves to is going to, because I could get to him from, because he'll either move here or here or here, and I can get to all those 3 locations, right? Blue triangle, green diamond. So he can only go here, here, or here, yeah. So I'll just move and attack him. I'm not going to get another one for just a little bit. I think I get this clue. That's what I think I do. Yeah, I think that's going to make life a little bit easier. So this is a 2. Now here's it. I think I'll use Duke. So I'm a 5, 5 to 2. Cast bag. That's a -1. So that gives me a clue. Second action, I will move to Whatley Ruins. I'm going to use the free action here to remove 3 clues from me. Add 3 clues to him. It's a free action, so that does not provoke an attack of opportunity. And then I'm going to fight him using the ability on the esoteric formula. So I get +2 for each clue on him. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus my 3 is 9, because I am here, because that gives me a -1. So I'm a 9 to 6, and now I don't think I have to pitch Armitage, which is a good thing. So let's go ahead and let's 9 to 6 cast bag. That's a -1. That's good. So we add a damage to him. Nope, down to doom. Alright, so we come to the enemy phase. End of the enemy phase. Yep, that's what I just need to double check. So I'm at the enemy phase, so he's going to do 2 damage and 2 horror. I think, so that I can use the desperate skills, I'm going to be brave here and go ahead and take the 2 horror. But I'm going to put a damage on Duke, and I'm going to put a damage on Madame Labranche. Alright, we come to the... Oh, and then he's going to move. So we shuffle this, and then... Something I need to do that. Second encounter is Blasted Heath. So he would go towards the Blasted Heath. In my opinion, he can't move there, but the closest way would be to go to the Cold Spring Glen. So I'll just move him to the Cold Spring Glen. Oh, that's going to go there. Enemy phase, that's the end of the enemy phase. Upkeep phase. Ready Duke, draw a card. There's a Wrecked by Nightmares. And we gain a resource. We come to the Mythos phase. We'll add a Doom to the agenda. I really kind of don't want 2 of them running around though, so we'll have to see what I do here next. And then we come to our encounter card, which is, Towering Beasts, Peril. Attached to a brood of Yogg-Sothoth in play. If that enemy is at your location, take 1 damage. And he gets +1 fight and +1 health. I'm going to just put it near on him, kind of like that. And just, in case we get 2 at a location, make life a little easier. That's nasty, the +1 health, because there's not a lot of ways to to boost damage in this particular form. Alright, so we come back to us now. Now I have to decide how essential Duke is. Because right now, when I fight him, I will be, with the esoteric formula, I'll be a 2, 4, 6, 10 to 7. So it's the same, and I can drop him if need be. I would have liked to have moved and gained and tried to get a clue, because I could potentially put another clue on him from here. Do I wait and see where he moves next round? Can I afford... I could. I mean, Madame Lebranche is just... I mean, she's... Honestly, she's soak at this point. I could just put damage on her. I'm thinking about if I get rid of this as 2 actions, and then maybe just draw a card. Let's see if I get Dark Horse. And then see where he moves next time. Because if he happens to stay at Cold Spring Glen, I'll be good. If he, let's see, Cold Spring Glen, can he move to 10 Acre Meadow? He can. So if he went back to 10 Acre Meadow, I'd actually be okay. And then if he went to the Blasted Heath, I mean, I'd be okay. I could move and get a clue, and then maybe put another clue on him potentially, and just to make it a little bit easier. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that. We're not gonna go to him this round. We're gonna use 2 actions to discard Racked by Nightmares, and then I think I'm gonna just draw a card because my other weaknesses aren't that bad, except for paranoia, I think. Run for your life. That's fine. Alright, so we come to the enemy phase. This happens at the end of the enemy phase. So, at the beginning of the enemy phase, he would attack. He's not near me. I have no other enemies. At the end of the enemy phase, we will shuffle this. So we'll draw and one of those. That is Devil's Hop Yard. So Devil's Hop Yard, let's see, 1, 2. So I get to choose here, and I choose that he goes through 10 Acre Meadow, because it would be equidistant to either come through here and go, or go through here and go. To Devil's Hop Yard. So I'm going to say that he's going to go to the 10 Acre Meadow. Alright. We come to the upkeep phase where we will draw a card. And we will gain a resource. And we will ready everyone. Okay. Alright, and we come to the Mythos phase where we add a Doom to the agenda. I did not kind of want that, but we'll see what happens. Whoops. Calamity strikes. An old pickup truck rolls to a stop along the weathered trails of Dunwich. The driver, Joe Osborne, calls out to you through a shattered driver's side window, the truck's engine still running. "It's over at Eric's farm," he shouts. "Done blasted their place apart. Poor Henry and Martha." You ask Osborne for the location of the Eric's homestead, and it confirms your worst fear. For that attack to have occurred recently, there must be more of the monsters on the loose. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and spawn one of the set-aside Brood of Yogg-Sothoth enemies at a random location if able. So we are able to do that. So we'll do this one at a time. The encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. And we will spawn. We'll go ahead and go to the side. We'll pull him out. Second encounter is Devil's Hopyard. So he actually appears in Devil's Hopyard. We will draw an encounter card. I did shuffle those. Yes, I think so. We get a Rotting Remains. So that is a willpower test of 3. I am currently a 3. I'm just gonna take it. So this is a 3. I'm looking. Yep, 3 to 3. Gas bag. That's a fail. So you can't go below 0 though, so that's a good thing. So I would take 3 horror. I think I'll just put 2 here on Madame Lebranche, so she gets discarded, and I'll put 1 on Duke. This goes back. This goes here. Here. I'll pull this a little closer now. Okay. No, I won't. I think I'm actually going to start by playing Armitage just so I can have some soak out. So that's action 1. Action 2, I'm going to use the ability on Duke to move and investigate. And I'm going to move here and complete the investigation. So I'm a 5 to 2. Chaos bag. That's the auto fail. Well, I'd honestly rather have it on that test than the other. So I'm going to go ahead and fight this guy. So I am a 10 to 7. Except I've left my way no way to bump that. So Chaos Bag. That's a cultist. That's the +1. He takes a damage. Not a doom. And we played Armitage. We used Duke's ability to move, investigate, and we fought. So that's our 3 actions. Enemy phase. At the beginning of the enemy phase, he'll do 2 damage and 2 horror. I think I'll take a damage. I'll put a horror or a damage here. I'll put a horror here. And I'll put a horror on Duke. Alright, at the end of the enemy phase, we're going to move this top one here first. He's going to go over to Dunnage Village. It's going to be maybe too hard to do. Nope. And then this bottom one is going to the Watley Ruins. I believe they're connected. They are. So he's going to go just over here. Upkeep phase. I'll draw a card. Oh, you know what? I never did put out the next encounter or the next agenda. It doesn't really do anything, but it just has some stuff and the same things. So we're not going to read that currently. So we went upkeep. Did not draw a card. And gain a resource. Mythos phase, we'll add a Doom to the agenda. Doom threshold is 6 on this one. I'm going to draw an encounter card. That is... I'm beginning to wonder if I shuffled that when I put those back in. That's a ways down there, isn't it? We're going to just check. Screw it. I think I did. Each brood moves one towards me, so they're both here with me currently. I could search. Take a damage. Now I need to decide which one I want to put this on. Since I'm so close to getting this one out, like he just needs one more hit, I'm going to put it on the one that I've not hit thus far and also has no clues on him. And that's that. Okay. And we come back to the investigator phase. Alright, so I'm going to use the fight ability on the esoteric formula. So this is going to be a 10 to 7 on this guy. On this one here. 10 to 7. Chaos Bag. That's a -2, but that is a pass. So he goes to the victory pile. Yep, okay. I want to make sure. I was reading everything there. Alright. Okay, so that was a 10 to 7. Now does not add to his agility. So I think I'm going to evade. I'm going to evade this brood. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this to give myself a +2. So I'm at a 3, 5 to 3. And I'm going to go ahead and discard manual dexterity. So this is 7 to 3. Chaos Bag. That's a 0. So that goes... Oh wait, that would have been 2 separate things. Or no. I just needed to... Does that last till the end of the round, though, is the question. It does. It lasts till the end of the round. So I do have one more action, but I get a draw from the earlier success. I'm going to play that. And I'm going to... go ahead and investigate here, not using Duke. So I'm at a 2, 3, 4 to 2. Cast bag. That's good. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the ability here to add a clue to him. So I fought, I evaded, and I investigated. That's my 3 actions. Enemy phase. At the beginning of the enemy phase, this guy is exhausted, so he doesn't do any damage to me. At the end of the enemy phase, if my memory serves me, you still do the this though. If I'm wrong about this, somebody let me know. I'm going to play it that you still reveal, and he's going to go to the Blasted Heath. Alright. We come to the upkeep phase. He will ready. Whoops. I put the wrong thing in there. I put the Watley Runs. Whoopsie. Shuffle that, although it doesn't matter. I'll shuffle it again. Okay. Alright. Come to the upkeep phase where we will draw a card. And we will gain a resource. Alright. We will come to the Mythos phase where we'll add a Doom to the agenda. I'm drawing an encounter card. Thick. Well, it wasn't at my location, but so now he has 1, 2, 3, 4 health and 6, 7, 8 fight. This is coming to the point where I have to decide: is it worth trying to kill this guy? So we come back to the investigator phase, or if we just go here and resign. Let's see, if I used this ability and got a Dark Horse, I couldn't play said Dark Horse this round. Unless I took the time to gain a resource as well. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to play No Stone Unturned. And it doesn't matter because I didn't get a Dark Horse anyway. I really like Rice. Alright, we're gonna pull Rice into my hand. I'm gonna discard this. We're gonna gain a resource, and we're gonna play Rice. Alright, so we come to the enemy phase. He is not with me. At the end of the enemy phase, we will do this. He's going to go to 10 Acre Meadow. Oh, which is right here. Nice. Make sure we put the right thing back. Not so nice. So now I'm going to have to evade him before I can move. Upkeep, we will draw a card. there's my dark horse. Gain a resource. Alrighty. We come to the Mythos phase. We will add a Doom to the agenda. And we'll draw an encounter card. That's getting to be ridiculous. I'll put the damage on Rice. Not Doom. Oh boy. Okay. So 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm a 4. I'm a 6 to that 9 currently. Now, I mean, I know I could go here and get some clues. The only way to get, like, he'd have to come back to me. I could go here, grab a clue, go back to Dunwich Village, put a clue on him because I can do that from anywhere. Let's try to evade him. So I'm a 3. I'm a 3, 3, 3, 3. I'll discard this. 7 to 3. Oops. Guess bag. That's a -1. That's good. That exhausts him. So first action is evade. Second action, I'm going to use the ability on Duke to investigate and move to the Blasted Heath. And we will flip it, and we will add 3 clues to it. And then we'll complete this investigation. So this is a 4, 5, 6 to 4. Cast bag, that's -2, that's a success. 4 to 4. So I've evaded, I've moved. Blasted Heath is a 4-shroud location with 3 clues. It has the fast action, you lure the creature into a patch of sand. Investigators in Blasted Heath may, as a group, place 2 other clues on an abomination in Blasted Heath. Group limit once per game. So I could hope that maybe he moves back to the Blasted Heath, or do I just go and try, or do I just go here, use this ability? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed Duke a Vicious Blow. I'm going to use his ability, so I'm 4, 5, 6 to 4 again. Gas bag, that's a -1. So I get another clue. Whoops. Should have 3 clues. Right? No. Just 2. I didn't have 1 before going up there? No, I did not. I put my last one on him before. Okay. Alrighty, so that's the investigator phase. Enemy phase, nothing, and then at the end of the enemy phase, we will shuffle this. And he's going to go to the Devil's Hop Yard, so he's making a slight retreat. We come to the upkeep phase. We will draw a card. There's another Madame Lebranche and gain a resource. Now that I have my Dark Horse, Madame Lebranche actually is looking pretty good. I may next time I draw a card, I may dump it using him to get some resources. And I'm probably about to get a card because I'm going to use Rice's ability once I gain this last clue here in just a moment. But anyway, let's go to Mythos phase. We'll add a gem to the agenda. And we'll draw an encounter card, which is Altered Beast. If there are no Abomination in play, it gains Surge. Otherwise, choose an Abomination enemy, heal all damage from that enemy, and attached Altered Beast to it. I think that might be a misprint. Forced when you enter the enemy's location, or vice versa, take a horror. So this guy is going to be really ugly. I wish this was live enough that I could get some opinions from folks on what I should do here, on whether I should worry about this one brood or just get the F out of Dodge. I mean, I've still got plenty of time. I've got through the rest of this. I've got 2 more on this agenda. Then when this agenda pops, it would normally generate another brood, but there's not one to generate, so I'll have that next entire agenda to go through as well. And I really feel like I want to try and get try and get both of these guys, because I'd like to advance this instead of just resigning. I think I'm going to go ahead and continue. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get this last clue. So I'm going to use the ability on Duke. So that's a 4, 5, 6, 6 to 4. Cast bag. That's a -1. So that's a pass. So we'll take a clue off there. I'll get a clue. When I get that last clue, I will exhaust him to draw a card. Then I'm going to use the ability on Armitage. After I draw a card, I will exhaust him to discard a card and gain 3 resources. I'm going to pay Madame Lebranche for 2 and discard Armitage. So first action was investigate. Second action was to play Madame Lebranche. Third action is going to play Dark Horse. And that's that. Enemy phase. We will go to the end of the enemy phase. Counter deck 10 Acre Meadow. He'll just come back up here. Upkeep phase. We will draw a card. We will not gain a resource. Oh, draw a card. Or did we want to gain a resource? No. I think I'm going to take the long way around to here. I do like that I can put 2 on him here, but he has to be there. I can put 1 from... He doesn't have to be here. Wait. I'm going to have to... Add a Doom. me a 5 out of 6. We'll draw an encounter card. That's a Distant Voices. That's actually fine. Out of all the things that I could care less about at this point in the game, it's a Dissonant Voices. That can be there. Alright, Investigator phase. I think I'm going to take the long way around to Devil's Hop Yard, because I can stop here and put a clue on him from here. And I kind of want to see what the Devil's Hop Yard thing is. I also want to see what this is. So go 1, 2, 3. I think just so that I remember, I'm going to put a horror. I've done that. Yes, I've done that. I have not done this. Okay. So I think I'm going to... Oh, boy. 2, 1, 2. I think I go back here. Okay, yeah. As much as I want to see what the option is here at Cold Spring Glen, I think I'm going to hold off for now. My first action is I'm going to move to Dunwich Village. I'm going to use the ability on Dunwich Village to put a clue on him. And then I'm going to use the ability on Duke to move and investigate. That gets a clue. It is Devil's Hop Yard. It is a 2-shot location with 1 clue per investigator. The creature follows you into the mud. Each investigator at Devil's Hop Yard may place 1 of his or her clues on an abomination enemy in Devil's Hop Yard, limit once per game. So if he happens to come here, that would be awesome. But let me complete this investigation. So right now I'm a 4, 5, 6, 7 to 2. Chaos Bag. That's a -1. That's a pass. I'm going to use ability here to draw a card. Not much help. So I have 1 more action. I think I just want to stay here in case he decides to come this way. I think I'm just going to draw a card. Hey, Guts. I am actually kind of happy to see that. So that's the investigator phase. We come to the enemy phase, the beginning of the enemy phase. There are currently no enemies in play with me. At the end of the enemy phase, we will shuffle this. We'll go to our encounter 2. That's to an acre meadow. He just chills there. We come to the upkeep phase. I'll draw a card, and we will not gain a resource. This goes away. Mythos phase will add a Doom, which does flip us. No place to hide. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Bleak storm clouds churn overhead, and a blanket of rain pelts the countryside. As the downpour grows in intensity, you take refuge in a half-ruined shack nearby. There is a flash of lightning and a brief illumination. You spot the outline of something large in the rain. Without warning, the distant trees bend, though nothing seems to be bending them. Moments later, a force with the strength of a truck crashes into your refuge. Oh, wait, I was only supposed to read that if there is a set aside. Nope, there is not. Sorry. Okay, yeah, nothing, that doesn't do anything. So we'll go to our final agenda, which is a 7 shroud, or 7, it has 7 Horrors Unleashed. It was no joke tracking down something as big as a house that one could not see, but that had all the vices, vicious malevolence of a demon. H.P. Lovecraft. Each abomination enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade. Forced at the end, you lose them. Well, I need to decide what I'm going to do here. Because right now, this booger is a 6, just combat, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's a 9 to my current 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're tied up. We're even on this test. Plus, when I enter his location, I would take a horror, and it would take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks to kill the guy. That puts me up by 1. That puts me up by 2. Alright. I'm not going to give up quite yet. I have quite a bit of time, so I'm not going to give up quite yet. I want to see where he moves to this turn. So my first action is going to be move to Watley Runs. My second action is going to be use the ability on Duke to move and investigate. So I'm going to move to Cold Spring Glen. I just want to make sure I can get there. It is blue triangle, yeah, blue triangle. So, and that is a 3 shroud location with 2 clues. Each enemy gets a -1 evade. As a free action, you lure the creature into the dense tree cover, and it becomes tangled. Investigators in Cold Spring Glen may, as a group, place up to 2 other clues on an abomination enemy in play at Cold Spring Glen. So if he happens to come here or go here, I would be happy, because I could put... let me complete this investigation real quick. So I'm a 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. That's the auto fail. That was the only thing that got me, I think. So 1, 2. I'm gonna just feed Duke. I'm gonna feed Duke a dark horse to ready him. So I've moved 1, 2, and I'm gonna do it again. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 to 3. Chaos bag. That's the +1. Alright, we come to the enemy phase. At the end of the enemy phase, we will shuffle this. Cold Spring Glen, that's kind of where I wanted him to go. Nice. So he comes up here, Cold Spring Glen. I take a horror, which I'm going to put on Professor Warren Rice. Now, he already did his attack, because attack is the first thing in the enemy phase. At the end of the enemy phase, he'd already attacked, so that doesn't happen. The move happens because of the instructions on the agenda. It's another reason why I think that that it moves even if it's exhausted. So enemy phase, upkeep phase, we ready to do. We will draw a card. That's actually helpful. And we will not gain a resource. Mythos phase, we'll add a Doom to the agenda. And we'll draw an encounter card. This is a Rotting Remains. It is a terror. It is a revelation. It has a revelation effect. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. I'm gonna just go at this. 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. Chaos Bag. That's a pass. Because it was 5. Because of 4, 5 to 3. Minus 2. Alright. Okay. Investigator phase. Alright, so we're going to use a free action to put 2 of my clues. Clue on him. Clue. Alright, so 6 times... No, 6. That'd be nice. So 2 times 4... I'm going to put a horror here so I just remember. So 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. So 13 is my base. I'm going to jot that down because I'm going to forget it and I don't want to have to add it up each time. 13. Alright, 13 is my base. His attack is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So I've got 3 Dark Horse. 4, 5. Oh, hold up. 8. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm just making sure I don't have anything else out that gives me pluses to my willpower, and I don't see anything. Okay. So this is my first action because this was a free action. So this is a 13 to 10. I'm gonna go ahead and discard my guts. So that is a 15 to 10. Chaos Bag. That's a 0. And he takes a damage. Not a doom. Second attack. Oh wait, I get a draw card. Okay, that's good. So second action, I'm gonna do it again. So this is a 13. I'm just gonna discard guts. 13, 14, 15 to 10. Chaos Bag. That's the +1. That's a damage. So 1, 2, 3. So he has a total of 5 health. I'm going to jot that down too. So I remember. I'm just too many things to remember currently. Alright, third action. I'm going to go ahead and discard a Say Your Prayers. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to 10. Chaos Bag. That's a -1. That's a damage. Well, 3 damage that round. That was actually pretty solid. Enemy phase, I would take 2 damage and 2 horror. I'm just going to put that on my stand-in Madame Lebranche. So she will get discarded. Now I'll cut that stuff in. We would I'll move this guy. He will move to Watley Runs. Running away, eh? Yep, yellow. Oh, sorry, I won't start that. I almost didn't face this guy. Upkeep phase. We'll draw a card. That's an unexpected courage. That might be what we need. We will not take a resource. We'll come to the Mythos phase. We'll add a Doom to the agenda. And we'll draw an encounter card. That's a Whippoorwills. I don't care about those Whippoorwills this time. We'll come to the Investigator phase. The only thing I think I would have been concerned about would have been another Altered Beast. If I'd have gotten a second Altered Beast at that point, right there, I would have probably called it, because there'd have been no way that I could go back and try and make up all that damage. Question is, do I try to get that final clue? 1, 2, nope, I'm not going to do that. We're going to just come to the Investigator phase. We're going to just move. My first action. Second action, we're going to use a built-in esoteric formula, so we're 13 to 10. Boy, howdy, I would like to have one other card. Okay, here we go. 15 to 10. Chaos bag. That's a 0. That's 1 more damage. Just wanted to double check. This doesn't add to his health, right? Nope. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I also just want to double check all my math here before I finish this off, and I've screwed something completely up. Okay, well, I've got 2 chances here. He does not have Retaliate, and I'm a 13 to 10. 4. Alright, I'm just double checking all my math one more time. 13 to 10. Gas bag. That's a -1. That's a success. He would go to the victory display. These things would get discarded. I am going to discard them just because. No copies, advance. The brood is ended. As you complete the incantation, the foul creature cries out with a raucous, inhuman voice. It rumbles and cracks, the syllables of its cracking far from English. As its cry plays out, the creature shrinks upon itself, and then, with little warning, it is gone. All that remains is a foul stench and a repulsive mark that mars the vegetation where the beast once stood. So I would read Resolution 2. So yeah, I think I'm in a much better shape than I thought I was going to be. Except now we are about to move on to Where Doom Awaits, and that is probably one of my biggest fears, pardon me, for Ashcan, and I'll talk about that during the scenario. So I will go ahead and read Resolution 2. And add up my victory, and move on from there. So, but I think it went fairly well. Um, anyway, if you like what you see here, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments or any glaring things that maybe I overlooked, don't hesitate to give me a comment. If you are interested in getting in contact with me around the places, I'm Jacques Steampunk. I'm Jacques Steampunk on the Reddit and ArkhamDB. I believe on the Discord server I'm just Jacques, but you can find me in those places and message me as well. But until next time, thank you and have a good day.